Okay, this is the introductory video for STAT1800 for summer 2018. Let me get things a little more. There we go. It's important you watch the introductory video because what I try to do in teaching my online courses is keep them as much like the face-to-face classes as possible. So, just like I would do the very first day in a face-to-face class, I would cover the syllabus and go over class policies and different things. So, I'm going to talk about a lot of important stuff here. So again, hopefully you'll watch it. I'm not happy with the way that's lining up, so let's redo it. Uh, Guys, my name's Doug Darbro. I've been at Shawnee State for 24 years. Taught statistics over 100 times here, so um, at least I have a lot of experience. I don't know if we can say anything more than that. Office hours are held virtually, and I'll give you more information on how to access those in a later video. You got my contact information, my phone number, my email. Prereq is Math 1200, College Algebra, and my office. Guys, my office is like right in there. I tell you, it's hard to find. So if you're ever on campus, stop by and say hello. Or if you need help, I'm usually on campus Mondays and Tuesdays. So if you just want to drop in, need help, feel free to do that. So I put this map there because so many students are like, hey, I'm looking for you, but I can't find you. Probably the easiest way to find my office is to go into the right-hand door in the front of Massey, go down the hallway into the administration building, and you pretty much go all the way to the end of the hall before you have to kind of bear right to go back to the president's office, and there's some mass suites to the left. So the mass suite with offices is to the left. So if you can't find me, just ask someone. I've been around a while, so people know where I am. But it is hard to find. Catalog description, GEP requirement. I'm not going to read that to you. It's not a bad idea to read it, but I'm not going to read it to you. GEP requirement, guys. That's one good thing about completing this course is it satisfies the quantitative reasoning component for the GEP. So that's one more box that you can check off in the path to successfully completing your degree. Second page, ADA statement. Guys, if this applies to you, you need to either bring me or email me the list of accommodations. Guys, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that those are provided to you. Computer access. Guys, this is an online course. I can't even say this without laughing. You need a reliable computer and reliable internet service. If your internet is down, you're still responsible for staying in touch with the class. So you need to go to the library, you need to go to a friend's house, you need to go maybe come to campus. Just think it through. It's you're still responsible for the material, even if these things fail on you. So you've got to have not only reliable internet service and a reliable computer, you need backup for the times that those things fail. Technical requirements. I used to require a scientific calculator, one of those big old fancy schmancy TI 8384. If you got one of those, use it. Don't go out and buy one. We use what's called I use what's called StatCrunch. It's a statistical software package that's included in your activation to my stat lab. It's really cool because it mirrors more closely a statistical software package that you would use if you did statistics in your job. Not many people, pop out a calculator and do statistics with it. Usually it's a statistical software package. All right, huge stuff. If I put you to sleep so far, wake up because this is huge. There is a texting program called Remind. And I first came onto Remind when my daughter's volleyball coach used it. And it's really cool because it's anonymous. You don't see my number. I don't see yours. You sign up for it, and I can send you push notifications. So, guys, it's required. And actually, it serves as quiz number 1. You're going to have actually 2 kind of sneaky quizzes embedded in this video just to make sure you're paying attention. One of them is just signing up for for Remind. Now, if you don't know how to do that, you can go to our Blackboard site, go to Content. I'm going to demonstrate that in just a second, and go to Begin here, and there's going to be some instructions on how to sign up for Remind. So if you got a smartphone, it works. If you got a phone that's not a smartphone, it works. If you don't have either, sign up via email. But guys, I want you to be able to get these push notifications. So guys, it is required that you sign up for Remind. It's not like it's a free program. I don't get a kickback. It's not like I have anything invested other than I know it's a great way to stay in touch with my students. Let me try to make this a little clearer. Our online course management system that I use is my StatLab. It's by Pearson. The textbook is Business Statistics. Guys, you can access it here, or there's a direct link on Blackboard. And again, I'm going to go over and show you that in just a second. The course ID that you need is Darbro 18925. Guys, let me check. I'm not so sure that that's right. And I need to make sure it's right because obvious reasons. Hold on, I've got another computer here, and I'll get with you in just a second. So 1800, it is. It's 18925. Okay, good. So when you go to sign up for my StatLab, you'll either go to the site and pay with a credit card, or you go to Shawnee State University bookstore and buy the activation code. I think it's about $100, maybe $120. But you get everything. You get the textbook. That's where the assignments will be. That's where your test will be. That's where StatCrunch is located. So all of that is included for the amount for the activation. So you don't actually have a physical textbook. The textbook is electronic and embedded in my StatLab. And again, my StatLab, my Mymathlab, my physics lab, my chemistry lab, it all kind of falls under the same MyLab feature. If funds are tight and or maybe you're just not even sure you want to stick in the class, you just want to kind of try it out for a week or so, you can get a 14-day free trial course access. I posted a video under that folder, again, Begin here on Blackboard, and I'll show you that again in just a second. So that shows you exactly how to get onto Mymathlab, get the 14-day free trial course access, and try it out. Note number 2, this is annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. The overall percentage that you see on Mymathlab is a pretty good estimate, but it's not perfect. The good news is it kind of tends to underestimate your grade. So a lot of times students get their final grade and they're like, wow, I thought I got a B, but they ended up with a B+. It tends to underestimate just a little bit in some cases, but it's the best I can do. It's I do my best to keep all the weights and stuff behind the scenes set accurately, but it still doesn't do a perfect job. So just keep that in mind. All right, what's the course look like? This is where we get down to the nitty-gritty stuff. What will happen is, a lot of people are they're reluctant to take an online course because they think that they just have to learn the material themselves. You don't. My online courses are exactly like my face-to-face classes. The only difference is instead of coming to class and sitting for 5 hours, well, actually in summer it'd be about almost 8 hours a week. In class, I post the instructional videos and you watch them on your time. So the assignments are the same, the exams are the same, the out-of-class help is the same, the tutoring is the same, the supplemental instruction is the same. All these things I'll talk about later. The only difference is you watch videos online instead of coming to class and actually sitting face-to-face. So anyway, what will happen here is, like, first week you're going to have an assignment that will be posted on Mymathlab. Monday, May 21st by noon, the instructional videos will be posted on Blackboard. Again, I'll show you how to get those in just a second. The assignment is due the following Monday. Now, I made this one due Tuesday because Monday is Memorial Day, and I thought that would be kind of a jerk move by your professor to make the first assignment due on a holiday. So I gave you an extra day there. So the videos the next week will be posted on Tuesday, May 28th by noon. So that assignment is due the following Monday, June 4th. So you're going to have assignments due every Monday. So guys, don't be coming up here and telling me that, well, Dr. Darbo, I didn't know that we had an assignment due. You have an assignment due every Monday. And every Monday, aside from just getting off schedule a little bit for the Memorial Day holiday, you're going to have your videos posted by noon. Usually they'll be posted by 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. But I just want to give myself a little bit of leniency there and put noon. So guys, your midterm exam is Monday, July 2nd. More about that in just a second. Your final exam is Monday, July the 30th. More about that in just a second. So you can see the pace of the class is pretty extreme. Remember, guys, first of all, it's a 5-hour course, not a 3-hour course. And I think our just natural learning tendencies are about kind of are centralized around being prepared for a 3-hour course. When you add 2 hours to that, you're almost doubling the material that you have in the same amount of time. Add to that the fact that fall and spring semesters are over 16 weeks and summer semesters are over 10 weeks. So not only do you have almost double the material because it's a 5-hour course instead of a 3-hour course, so 2/3 more material, not really double, but you are doing it in 2/3 of the time, 10 weeks instead of 15 weeks. So anyway, guys, I want you to stay up to date. So to try to motivate you to do that, there's a 50% penalty for any work that's submitted after the due date. Now, this penalty applies only to the questions that are submitted late. So let's say this assignment right here, guys, you got 8 days to do it. Actually, 8.5 days to do it. So it shouldn't be late. But let's say that you get to half the problems, but half of them you don't get to. So you got a 50% on half those problems if you got them all right. Of the remaining 50%, if you get all those right, you're going to lose 50% credit, which says you can only get 25%. So the most you could get under that scenario would be 75%. The 50, and then half of the credit on the remaining 50. Best thing to do is just go ahead and submit it by the due date, and there's no issue. Guys, your exams are proctored by ProctorU. So Monday, July 2nd, you can take your exam one of two ways. You can take it at home, wherever, using ProctorU, which is an online test proctoring service. And again, I'll give a lot more information on this as the midterm becomes closer. But anywhere between 8 a.m. and 11 p.m., you will book a 2-hour time slot, and you log on, you take your exam, and it's proctored by ProctorU. If you don't want to do that, you have to come to campus in Library 110 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., drop in for a 2-hour time block to take your exam face-to-face. ProctorU is kind of cool because, I had a student last summer who was on vacation while, July 2nd, let's say, she was on vacation, but she didn't want to fall behind. Because notice that July 2nd, an entire new set of videos are posted. So she wanted to stay on target, which was very, very smart on her part. So I think she was in Florida or South Carolina, or Georgia, I don't know where she was, but she was at a beach. So she just told the family, hey, you know what, July 2nd, I need to go to the computer and take my test for 2 hours. And so I'm sure when she finished and she got to the pool, they had a cold margarita or whatever waiting on her if she was 21 or older. So if there's any question about any of this, just send me an email or drop by. But again, there's going to be a lot more information posted about ProctorU as we get closer to July the 2nd. It's really easy to do. You go on, you set up an account, You give them your show your ID, a picture ID, use your Shani account, Shani ID. You log on about 5 minutes before the exam. A proctor connects with you. They'll enter a password to the exam that you won't see. You won't know the password. So the only way you can take the exam is to go through the proctor. And you take your exam from wherever. So it's kind of cool. And that's where everything's headed with online courses and online testing. Guys, supplemental instruction. Your supplemental instruction leader is Zach Schweinsberg. Zach is a graduate student in the Masters of Mathematical Sciences program. He's going to be available these times. He's also going to do some virtual supplemental instruction, which means online tutoring, and we're still trying to work that out, trying to work out the details of it. We're either going to use Google Hangout or Zoom. So, guys, as that materializes, I'll tell you more. Hopefully it materializes more today or tomorrow, so I'll know more about that. And, guys, drop-in tutoring is always available, at least available for when they're open, in Massey 150 in the Mymathlab. So, guys, requirements for you to be able to survive this class, you must watch approximately 5 to 6 hours of instructional videos per week. You must submit your assignments on time, and you must take your exams on the specified date unless you've made other arrangements with me in advance. Calling me up after a week and say, hey, Dr. Darber, I missed the exam. That's not going to work. That's not who I am. You have to make these things in advance. And if you make it in advance, I'm going to work with you, and we're going to figure it out how to make it work. Calculating your final grade, 25% is my Mymathlab assignments and these sneaky quizzes. Sneaky quizzes are these little goofy quizzes I embed in the instructional videos just to make sure you're watching and paying attention. I'll give you an example of one. I think it was last summer. I just went to I'm a scuba diver, and I'd been to a diving trip in maybe Puerto Vallarta or Cancun or somewhere. And I came back and was kind of talking about it in one of my videos, and I said, okay, we'll stop. Sneaky quiz number 3 or whatever it was. Send an email to me telling me that where I went diving, and you get 25 out of 25 points. So anyway, my point is sneaky quizzes are kind of goofy. They're usually not math related. It's just something that tells me that you are watching the instructional videos. Exam 1, Exam 2 are 37.5% each. Now, guys, I have a policy that I have used for many years that if you score higher on the final exam, exam number 2, than you did on the first exam, not vice versa, but if you score high on exam 2 than you did exam 1, then I replace exam 1 with the exam 2 scores. So to give you an example, I don't know why people screw this up, but sometimes people try to take advantage of it. So let's say exam 1, exam 2. Let's say exam number 1 you don't do so well and you get a 50%, but exam 2 you do better and you get a 75%. Then I'll come in and put a 75% there, and you'll average a 75% and a 75% here and here instead of the 50 and 75. My philosophy behind that, what drives that, let's say you didn't get it in the first time through, but you stayed persistent, you kept working, and you finally got it in the end, then I think you deserve credit for that in exam 1. Plus exam 2 is just a lot harder than exam 1, so that there's that to think about also. But if you get a 75% here and a 50% on the second, you can't replace the exam 2 with the higher exam 1. So it's only replacing exam 1. I had a student kind of get mad at me over that one time. I'm like, dude, you didn't pay attention. I didn't say that. So I just want to make sure that that is clear. Grading scale, I don't think there's anything really unique to Doug Darbro about this. Maybe one thing that's unique is I have no idea why these texts are popping up. They're not even my text. Below 50% is failing, but if you get between a 50 and a 59, you get a D minus. I think, as long as you get over half the material throughout the semester, then you should pass the class. Okay, another sneaky quiz. Sneaky quiz 0. Send me an email to ddarbro@shawnee.edu with the following information. Your name and preferred email address, something interesting about you, type this, and type this. In the subject line, put Sneaky Quiz 0. For credit, this email must be sent by Tuesday, May 29th at 9 p.m., which is when the first assignment is due. This is a 25-point quiz. So guys, you got two 25-point quizzes. Quiz 0, whatever, is doing this. Quiz 1 is signing up for Remind. So guys, you're going to start out with 50 out of 50 points in the class just by paying attention, just by doing something small, okay? So you can always say, hey, at least for a short time, I had an A in business statistics, but hopefully it sticks around. All right, gang, let me show you what happens. With Blackboard, go to my SSU and log in, and we'll go to our class. And this is STAT1800. Now, you're probably not going to see all this stuff, but now when you get to your class, there's a lot of stuff I have hidden. I think you'll only see maybe 3 of those. This is the link to my stat lab. I'll show you that in just a second, but most of what you're going to do is under content. So if you go to content, right now it's just begin here. And this instructional video is going to be posted right there. Now, here's the syllabus that I just covered. Here's Remind Instruction. There's going to be some other stuff like how to sign up for the 14-day course, free course access, and some other things that will be there as well. Now, let me show you how it unfolds. Let's look at the 1800 I taught in the spring. So this is what it looks like as it kind of unfolds. You're going to have, the information up here, the class syllabus introductory video. Now, I put this in a folder by itself for you guys. But ultimately what happens is you have these folders that are posted each week with the instructional videos. Now, this particular week, instructional videos for the first week, there wasn't a lot going on. There was only one video because, students are trying to kind of get acclimated to the class, and so I kind of took it easy on them the first week, and I'll take it kind of easy on you guys too. But you'll notice as we get into instructional videos for the other weeks, there were 9 videos here. Now, a lot of those were only 10 or 15 minutes. I think one of them was only like 5 minutes. But anyway, it's important that you watch all of the instructional videos. All right, gang, let's go back to your site. Let's go to My Stat Lab. This is the online course management system that I use. You'll need to set up an account. Again, back here under Content. By the time you watch this video, there will be a document that will be uploaded telling you how to set up and register an account with Mymathlab. Right now, I haven't posted it yet, but I'll post it immediately after completing this this video. But anyway, sign up. If you need to register, start right there with the student. If you already have an account, just go ahead and sign in. Guys, you don't have to use your Shawnee account, your Shawnee email. You can use Gmail. You can use whatever that you use, whatever email account you use most often. So, guys, here's what it looks like. You've got StatCrunch. I'll demonstrate that in a video pretty soon. You've got your grade book. You've got where your tests are. This is where you access your homework. And, of course, you right here, you have your textbook. I think most people should stay clear of reading the text and let me teach you, because what I do is I make it easier. But, if there's something as a resource you'd like to look at the text, you have it available. So, guys, first assignment, you would click Homework, and you would see that there are some assignments there. I need to get rid of all these. So you would come to assignment 1, and you'd see it's past due because I've imported this class from a previous class. But anyway, you would click this, and it would pop up. So, but you won't see all of these assignments by the time it's all said and done. You'll see assignment 1, and as soon as that due date is done, you'll see assignment 2. And so it's much more structured than just throwing a bunch of stuff at you that I'm afraid you could get overwhelmed with. And StatCrunch is really cool. It's going to kind of blow your mind at first, but you can go to StatCrunch website and just type or paste in data. And you can just type in some numbers just to give you an idea. And it's really cool because, man, you can just summary stats. I mean, you can select that, and you can find the mean, and so it's just very, very, very easy to find the average and other things. So, guys, I'm not going to draw this out anymore. I hope this format works for you. If you'll do what I ask you to do, be persistent, persevere, watch the instructional videos. Just understand that this isn't going to be easy. It's going to take a time commitment from you. If some people say, well, I've only got about an hour to commit to the class, then you shouldn't be taking this class in the summer. You shouldn't be taking this class anytime, because even in the fall or spring, it's a time-consuming class, and taking it in the summer, considering that we're crunching the material down from 15 or 16 weeks down to 10 weeks, it's even more of a drastic pace. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to work you. It's going to take a tremendous amount of time commitment and discipline on your part. So I know you can do it. I'm here to help you get this behind you and be successful. So guys, have a great day. I'm done. Again, those changes that I talked about earlier on Blackboard will be made by the time you watch this video. So guys, take care.